Hello dear Ronins, welcome to Ronin Hood. Day 1, 4 hours fresh bamboo cut. So now you have seen the teaser and now we will start with the first episode about the Scott M. Rodell performance that I was inspired by, and I made the shuriken bamboo cut. So first here the performance of Scott M. Rodell. We will talk about it during many episodes coming. So first it's a throwing with a knife, and then it's a cut with a long Chinese sword on a bamboo. So the bamboo diameter is, I think, close between 4 centimeters and maybe 6 or 7 centimeters of diameter, and the length is almost 2 meters. It's on the side of the throwing target at between 40 and 60-70 centimeters, I think, and the distance from the throwing is about 2 meters. This swordsman is about 1 meter 80 centimeters and 1 meter 90 centimeters. So I start with a throwing training. You have seen first my trainings with spin, no spin, half spin, and other different type of trainings with the bow shuriken and shuriken. And I was just practicing with my left hand because this performance is really about using your left hand with a no spin throwing. Then with a ayumiashi, so the back leg is getting in front, you are getting to the cut. So I start with a Ronin KATANA Dojo Pro 19 because it's a 1060 carbon steel and it is heavy no-he blade. So I was not taking a risk of destroying something really precious. So I was really surprised. The first cut was really clean. It's between a 30 and a 20 degrees angle cut. You have just on your right all the possibility between 90s and 10 degrees angle cut, and the length that you can have depending on the angle. So it was really clean. The diameter was, I think, between 1 centimeters and 1.5 centimeters. I was really impressed. Please do not imitate this performance. It is really risky if you don't master the throwing and if you don't master your basic cut. So you can ruin your face or your stomach or your chest or your groin because the shuriken can bounce and you are too close to avoid the bounce. So it was really thin angle cut, like between, the first one was, yeah, this one, between 10 and 15. So it make a really long cut. So like 40, almost 40 centimeters, 40 centimeters. So I think it's between a 15 and a 10 degrees angle cut. This one is more classical, like 30, 20. So it's really important to understand that with bamboo, the degrees of angles of your cuts are really important because there is no tolerance, especially with this thin part of bamboo, no tolerance of your cuts if you are not really precise about a 30 degrees angle cut. Almost 45 it will work, but not on 90 degrees angle cut like Suihei. It didn't work for me at all, and it is not good. Even you are making it on Gyakukesa, it has to be 30 degrees, between 20 and 45. So this blade was really surprising me because it was working so well. I didn't miss any shots. The bamboo was really fresh because I cut it from the roots. So I was controlling the product and the number of hours of freshness. Of course, a bamboo can have different type of freshness because with summer, for example, the heat it can become drier on the top. We'll talk about that later. So bamboo from 8 meters can have 4 part of 2 meters 20 centimeters. So we will call B1, B2, B3 and B4. B1 is the closer from the soil, B2, B3, B4. So I start this video with B4, then B3, then B2, then B1. So the diameter will grow. So we can see here it's become larger, and it's really more interesting to cut, because when it's too thin there is not so much inertia. So I really appreciate when it's become larger for the cut, especially with this heavy sword. Ronin Dojo Pro is kind of 1100 grams. So I cut this time, but it was half destroyed, half cut. So because I'm trying to make the second cut of Scott and Rodell through the air, and it's really difficult. So first you have to throw it horizontally, second you advance and you cut, and you can advance your back leg if you want. It's better for your safety. So you have seen just before the 4 type of cut from the bamboo origin: B1, B2, B3 and B4. So this is a B1, and it's really fresh. You can see how it's green, how it's white, and how it's clean, because the opposition of the diameter and weight of this large bamboo, I think it's a 3.5 centimeters diameter, to the edge is wow, it's wonderful. You can see here the results. So it's a B1. You can see B1 is the first section that I cut from the soil. All sections are between 2 meter and 2 meter 20 centimeters. So at the end it was between 8 and 10 meters height of bamboo, and on the soil it was 3.5 to 4 centimeters of diameter, and it's really clean cut. You can see even on the knots, I was expecting something wrong about cutting on the knots, but absolutely not. This sword is really not well sharpening, because we've experienced an omote, bad cut on omote, and because it's 1060 carbon steel, and because it was not so sharp at the beginning, it was very sharp, but just very sharp, if I can say that. Now it's really not dull, but it was having a sharp, very sharp condition. I check during this first day of practice, and we will just say it lose really fast the edge, even with clean cut on bamboo. That was my second expectation, because I was thinking how it will react, because I've made bad cut on peg on the episode on Anya, and I saw that even it go through, even the cut can be correct, the wood destroy really fast an edge. Second try, and it has been successful, but between cutting and destroying, I'm not totally satisfied of this one. So the thing is, you have to throw it horizontally and to stabilize it on the air, and second you cut it vertically or horizontally, depending on how you stabilize it, vertically stabilized or horizontally stabilized. So it's really difficult, because you have to keep your posture clean, and it has to be like perfectly, your trajectory has to be perfect. So these are the really clean cuts on this B1 bamboo section. This is like really almost perfect, if I can say that. Between 20 and 30 degrees angle cut. Between 20 and 30 it's really clean, really perfect, because it's getting through with it's more easy, more effective, because the material can resist because of this famous precise angles 20-30. We have been talked about that on the Little John experiencing the Ronin hood, and the angles are really important, especially with omote, but even more with bamboo section. So I'm really satisfied of this first day experience with the Ronin Dojo Pro. We will see on the next episode what will happen on the second day with Okaze. Thank you for having watched this episode. See you soon on Ronin.